Hi, my name's Ed Balls and I'm the Secretary of State for Children, Schools and Families, which means that I run the department which deals with all issues affecting children and young people. And we're publishing today our Youth Alcohol Action Plan, something that the Home Secretary Jackie Smith and Alan Johnson, the Health Secretary, and I have been working on for quite a few months, and we've talked to parents and young people all around the country. It has in it the measures we think we should now take to enforce the law on underage drinking, to stop drinking in public places, which can often be really intimidating and disruptive, to give better advice and guidance to parents and young people on what's safe in terms of drinking under the age of 18, making sure industry takes its responsibilities too, so that we can have a culture change to get to a more responsible approach to alcohol, so we can enjoy it, but at the same time do it in a way which is safe. The evidence over the last 10 years is that the number of under-18s drinking has gone down, but the young people who are drinking a lot more than they were in the past. And I think this is part of the wider issue of are we as a society drinking too much? Is there too much binge drinking in the town centres? Are we damaging our health? And we're looking at that today in particular around the issues to do with young people. It was said to us pretty consistently in our consultations that people want the law enforced. It's illegal to sell alcohol to children and young people under 18s in pubs, in off licences, and we're strengthening our powers with the police to crack down on those parts of industry who continue to sell alcohol to under 18s. Also, parents and actually young people themselves said to us that they often feel intimidated by groups of young people drinking out in public places, in parks, in the street, and therefore we're taking stronger powers with the police to enforce the law and make sure that young people who are drinking in a disruptive way out in parks should be stopped. Because to be honest, if you can't buy alcohol under 18, you shouldn't be drinking it in public places either. But this is about a wider issue of culture change as well. We're actually looking at what more we can do to work with industry, with parents and young people to improve our culture around alcohol. In our conversations with parents said to us, we know where we are with smoking and drugs. It's damaging at any age. We should just say no to children and young people, to our kids. But with alcohol it's a bit different, because often parents are drinking in the home within the limits in a safe way, and we have clear guidance from the health department from the age of 18 onwards about how much it's safe to drink. But we say nothing at all as a society at the moment about drinking under 18. Even though I think probably lots of parents, and they say this to us, think that it's quite a good idea in the home to encourage young people to have a responsible attitude towards alcohol by getting them into the idea of small, modest drinking at home. And people often talk about this idea that in France, in Spain, in Italy, and continental countries, they have a more relaxed approach to alcohol, where you introduce young people to small amounts younger, and that means less binge drinking. But parents say, that's all very well, but what's the truth? What's really the right thing to do? What we're asking the independent chief medical officer to do is to look at these issues. There's no point in government ministers coming along and saying, this is what parents should do. Parents are clear with us. They bring up their kids, not government. But they want advice and guidance, and we're asking the chief medical officer to look for the first time ever at what impact alcohol has on under 18s, on their health. When is it safe to drink? How much? So we can give parents the information they need to have a responsible approach to alcohol. But let's be clear, if parents are giving their kids large amounts of alcohol and sending them out to drink in the park, that's not right. And we need parents to take their responsibilities seriously, not to encourage that kind of drinking, just as we need young people to take their responsibilities seriously, not to be drinking in public places, and the industry out there, the drinks industry, the manufacturers as well as the sellers, to make sure that in the way they promote, advertise and sell alcohol, they're not only sticking to the law, but also to the guidelines they have to make sure that they aren't promoting alcohol to young people. It's all about, as I said, a change of culture, to try to get to a more sensible place where we can drink but in a responsible way, and in which we can understand and deal with the impact on health of drinking, especially for young people. That's what this plan's all about. It's got lots of proposals. We're going to be discussing it with young people and adults around the country, as well as the experts. I'd be really interested to know what your views are. Should we be tougher on industry? Are we doing enough to get parents to take their responsibilities seriously? Are we right to ask the Chief Medical Officer to give us this information? Is it right we enforce the law? Are we right to stick with the drinking age at 18? which is what parents tell us. That's our policy, but interested to know your views. Send me in your questions, and then I'll come back and do another video, try and answer them as best I can. Thanks for watching.